All right. So 163 run is the damage.
All right.
No, the damage already was done. The first session of day 3, the damage was already done because only took 2 wickets. Here, luckily, you have wrapped up the remainder of the wickets, both by Bumrah, Rabada, undone by a gem of a delivery, and also Nanreberger, another peach from Bumrah. If it was not for Bumrah, India might not have been able to bowl South Africa out for 408. They would have had to concede far, far more. Temba Bavuma is absent hurt, so that means he will not be batting in this test match. And mostly, I think he's in doubt for the second test also.
I mean, see, they've been very, even during the World Cup, I remember when he missed a couple of games, CSA were very, very secretive about what Temba's condition was like. But I think he'll be very, very lucky if he can make it for the second test also.
So short turnaround. You've only got a 3-day turnaround. 31st first and second, that's it.
So even Jadeja might mostly be missing.
Back spasm.
Again, we saw that with Shreyas Iyer. He was gone for a long, long time after he got those back spasms during the Asia Cup, right?
Yes, Asia Cup. And that's why South Africa have been bowled out for 408 with Marco Jansen on 84. But Jasprit Bumrah with 4 for 69.
Is that his test match, test cricket highest?
Yes. His previous highest was 57 against Australia at Melbourne. So, because of that, Bumrah 4 for 69 shows that class is class. Whatever way you look at it, 26 overs on his comeback. He has shouldered the...
Actually 27.
27. He has shouldered the heaviest workload amongst all the Indian pacers. Look at Siraj, 24 overs. Thakur, 19 overs. Prasidh, 20. Ashwin, 19. These guys haven't had an injury break. Bumrah is coming out of a near 1.5 year injury break, shoulders most of the burden.
Oh, are we having a shortened
innings
break?
Yeah, because it's in between the session, na?
No, I mean normally it's
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So that's why. So 408, and I think India will be happy with the way how it has. That at least the remainder of the 2 wickets fell for only 19 runs addition. But otherwise, some quick runs like what we are saying, it could have led to 175, 190 in that lead.
No, but something I really want to ask is that, like we can see, Bumrah has definitely bowled the majority of the overs here. A very big reason for that is that other bowlers weren't being that lethal as Bumrah was. So a lot of burden had to be pulled by Jasprit Bumrah. Isn't that a little harsh on him? And looking ahead, you have another test match and Bumrah is a key bowler in all the formats. Because the other bowlers weren't doing well, you had to get in Bumrah to bowl these many overs.
Never mind the next test. You know what I'm worried about? There's 5 coming up against England.
Exactly.
If he's going to be having to shoulder this much of a load.
Exactly.
What this also tells you is, and because you want to keep Jasprit Bumrah, he's that commodity that you want to be, wrapped with proper cotton wool, so that he remains, and you've got big competitions coming up in the next 6 months. This just tells you that you need a Mohammad Shami desperately in this side. Because who's the other penetrative bowler that you have in the Indian bowling?
It was Shami and Siraj was your ideal third bowler. Yeah. But the problem is that when he's had to step up in this particular test so far, not been able to do it.
That just tells you. See again, Siraj doesn't come with a tank full of experience. Let's say. Also, he's also still sort of making his mark. Yes, he's arrived and all we know. But he's not established himself, let's say, as a bowler who India can really, really bank on, as let's say you can on Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. He's yet to join that league.
He is yet to, and see, the problem is, I'm not worried about the 5 tests because see, against England, you are going to prepare rank turners where Indian pacers are not going to get that much of bowling. You're only going to see your 3 spinners or 2 spinners.
Maybe just about 15 overs in.
Exactly.
And maybe you might not see Bumrah play all the 5 games also.
Could be. But I am, if he shoulders his heavy workload, remember you also got 2 months of IPL, World T20, I'm more concerned about Australia. There you will need Bumrah.
Correct.
5 tests there, and that too you don't know the status of Mohammad Shami. Maybe he will play. But remember, each and every time Bumrah has had an injury layoff, it's been for long. The least I can remember is 3 months. When he suffered his first stress fracture.
But even 3 months is not less by any stretch of the imagination.
And the other injury that he had, we all know the roller coaster journey that he put Indian cricket fans through. I mean, after those 2 T20As against Australia, rushed back in,
Yeah.
suffered a recurrence, didn't play for how many? 10 months? If
Yeah.
I'm not wrong?
He was first supposed to come for that South Africa series, but then you delayed it, and then he was drafted for the Australia series, couldn't even last that whole series. And then, of course, came those reports and a certain sting operation which suggested that he was in a
Rushed.
hurry. There was, and what did that whole episode tell you? That there was obviously lapses on the front of
The
the
NCA.
NCA as well. Question marks were there.
Yep. So, Bumrah 4 wickets, and remember, if India somehow have to stay alive in the series, he has to shoulder a heavy workload even in Newlands. Because, see, now India have done their bit with the bowlers. The bowlers have done their bit now, 408. Take away Jasprit Bumrah, the rest of the bowling is a rather sorry picture. Ashwin didn't get too many overs.
And I think Ashwin wasn't utilized fully also. Like yesterday, the pitch hasn't been.
Oh, that was close.
Oh,
That was
I
close.
thought
I
that was
think
some
Elgar
highlight or
dropped
something.
Yeah, even.
I
think
no,
Markram.
Markram.
Or maybe it
I
didn't
don't-
carry.
Maybe it didn't carry. I think it didn't carry. Let's be a little generous.
I think looking at the reaction, I think it's a drop.
If it's a drop, then that could be a costly
How
drop.
the broadcasters are panning the camera again and again.
Yeah,
Could be.
I think
We'll
it's
see,
a
no?
drop.
He'll just get to.
It looks like it. It's going at
No,
a
no,
good
no,
height.
no.
It's
It's a
a
drop.
drop. It
And
is a
actually,
drop.
could have left it for.
Marco.
But even then, it's not like, he overreached or tried to overreach
Yeah.
the ball. Was
But
Actually,
still, it's a drop.
first ball
First ball drop.
Would have been the goldenest of golden ducks.
almost sort of hit him on the wrist. Almost, that was that high on the hand.
Remember, South Africa, this is the third major drop that you can think about in this test match. Iyer was dropped by Janssen,
Virat was
Virat
dropped.
was dropped by Tony De Zorzi, and now Markram has dropped Jaiswal at third slip.
And Markram, by the way, normally a pretty safe fielder. So,
at times on the first delivery, you're not expecting a catch carrying two third slip straight away. So maybe he wasn't that ready mentally switched
And a very
on.
lax bit of fielding from Rabada.
Just wondering because you've got a trail in excess of 160 runs, and then first ball that happens. It just
Luck is somehow siding with India at this point in time.
I'm
but
sure it will tickle the spines of even not just him but the man on the other end as well. Rohit Sharma is
we have to
working
be
those
very careful about tickling
nerves
of
as well.
spines and all because we are getting too many back spasms nowadays in the Indian cricket team. Please. Yeah, that's a drop. The match, how it progresses, it will dictate whether it's a costly drop or anything because Iyer's drop and you may
Weren't
say
Kohli's.
Kohli's, it was kind of
It
not
wasn't
that
expensive.
costly.
Yeah, it wasn't costly at all.
Yeah, but India could have been bundled out for 150 had those catches been taken.
No, but KL Rahul would have had a very clean innings.
Again, hindsight. As Ashwin likes to point out, hindsight expert. So, Rabada getting the ball to talk. It is Fortress of Centurion. Remember, only 3 times has South Africa ever lost.
Once again, it was the in-swinger with Rohit.
Only 3 times in 25 tests, 28 tests has South Africa lost in Centurion. 1 to Australia, 1 to India, and the first match fixed test was England in 2000. Where both innings were forfeited. So let's see. Oh, Rabada on this wicket, all the best in trying to survive him. So let's see this one ball and then we'll join you for the tea break. Let's just see.
Well, it's
While
not
taking
just-
one of our own.
It's not just a crucial half hour, I'd say it's a crucial 1 hour
Session.
20 minutes.
Crucial session now.
Crucial
Yeah.
session.
The only way to survive this period of the game would be to score runs because anyways you have 165 runs. If you try to go 162 runs, you're trailing by 162. So if you go on to try and to draw this game, you would definitely.
There is no
You're not
draw.
going to be
Exactly.
trying to draw a game in the WTC era.
There is no draw. This test match has ensured that there is no draw.
Right now, you're not even thinking of a draw. Right now, you're just thinking of survival.
Yeah,
You think of a draw where you've survived enough to think of a draw.
exactly. So remember now at the other end, I think you may have a Nandre burger or a Katsia. Let's see. I think Katsia is
Nandre.
the first change. Yeah.
Andre.
Yeah, because
Nandre.
Nandre is
Yeah.
the left arm angle.
Yep. Left armour to Yashasvi and left armour to Rohit. That's quite thing. So we'll join you for the tea break for all 4 of us and let's see how India progress from this point. From me, Shashwat, Harshit and Shane, it's bye-bye.